What up?
Yo, yo, yo.
We're back.
I'm back again.
And we're here with special guests.
Yeah. Are we on?
Hello.
You gotta talk to the mic.
Hello.
You gotta talk
Yeah, what's up?
I just didn't know if you had
Mitch
more of an
Dodge.
introduction, if you were going to like say more stuff. So I was just like,
Picture blocks.
I was letting for the.
What
Oh,
happened?
it's okay.
Oh, nice.
I can
They
scoot it.
blocked
I can.
you.
Hey,
I can
blocks
scoot
me?
it. Oh yeah, it blocks Diaz.
Oh,
I turned
well,
it off.
What do you, oh, okay. Why don't
guy-
you come over on this side?
guys, I'm getting blocked here.
Blocked by what?
The PIP was blocking Eric, so that new seating arrangement did not work.
It did
All right,
not
Can you-
work.
change
So, you want me
Not
to move?
now.
Freddie,
We're
you want me-
live.
Why don't you put it up right here above me?
We're good. I just turned me off.
Okay.
Yeah. What up?
I'll just get
Here we
blocked every
go.
on's in a while. It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
man. It's all
What
right.
if you had like a thing too, where like
I can
Every
just
time
switch
you-
to me occasionally.
Yeah.
It's all
Every
good.
time
we
you-
are live. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
we're talking.
First one. Let's talk.
Well, this is our first Let's Talk Live NOS
Yeah.
Recordings. Over there behind the desk, we've got Freddie, Freshcobar, and then, of course, Lavelle Dupree,
Yo, what up? What up? What
and
up?
our special guest, Mitch Dodge.
Hello.
Mitch Dodge, yes, and I.
Thanks for
am
having
right
me.
here. What's up, everyone?
Put your face up. Put your face up. For
I
a second.
did.
Come on.
I
Okay.
said hello.
Do you know what'd be really cool tech is if like every time you talk, it knew to put it up, like an auto thing. I don't
Turbo,
know.
where you at?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be sick.
All right, so let's get started. First,
Let's get started.
we got
You
a
have
couple
topics?
things. Oh yeah.
We do have
Nice.
topics.
Good
Yeah.
topics.
Yeah. I purposely decided not to send you anything because I want off the cuff
Awesome.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I work better that way.
Do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
First, let's get an intro. You
Yeah.
give us your intro. Tell us a little bit about you.
Which name? Where you from?
Yeah, and what you do.
My actual name is Mitch Dodge. I'm from San Diego, California, born and raised.
There you're native.
Yep, native.
Very rare.
It is rare. Actually, I get told that a lot, which is kind of sad. I feel like there's not a lot of people that actually live or are from San Diego that are here
Yeah,
anymore.
me, I am.
You
Yeah.
are? Diaz
Natives.
is.
Diaz is too, yeah.
Wow.
Chula.
I'm the only non-native.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Seattle,
Oh, shit.
but yeah, I mean, first time ever been in a room full of all San Diegans.
That's pretty special then. Yeah, I don't know.
You should feel special.
Yeah, you
I
should
do.
feel special.
I do. Don't get me wrong.
I don't know. From here, love this place, love California. Always kind of been into music. Right now, I currently produce DJ music. I've been doing it for probably, I say taken seriously or professionally, maybe like 7 years, 8 years. I was kind of dabbling before that, but more like hobbyistic. Didn't really know what I was doing. I feel like maybe 7 years ago, I kind of figured out, okay, I kind of have a feeling about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I grew up playing drums pretty much my entire life. Started playing drums in middle school. I was like a total band nerd kid, like total marching band kid, which was sick. Loved it.
See, I knew that you played drums. I did not know you were in the marching band.
I was in marching band.
That
Yeah, I
is
marched
cool.
snare.
But you marched the snare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, it was tight.
You had the multiple snares?
No, just one.
Just the
snare.
one?
Not quints.
Okay,
Not the
that's Quince.
thing. Yeah,
something else.
quints, and
Okay,
then you
okay,
got bass drum, and then you got cymbals.
The single snare.
Single
The
snare.
That's
Shit was
cool.
tight. Nick Cannon, drumline.
There you go. So you just naturally were able to, move into tech house pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, exactly. I should just do Latin tech.
You know?
So from that kind of drum to full drums, right?
Full drums.
Full drums, and then
Yeah.
tell us about that music and you were what I mentioned to the guys, and I probably didn't get it right, but you were kind of in a punk scene.
Yeah, I was like, I grew up going to like pretty much just music. I wasn't really like a sports kid. I didn't really have like sports practice to go to after school a lot, so I went to a lot of my friends' band practices actually that were in bands.
There you go.
That was kind of like extra.
Gateway to getting into the
Yeah,
band.
exactly. It was
Learning
like
to practice.
our extracurricular activity. My friend had like a really heavy metal band growing up before even I was in a band. And so I went literally with them every day, walked down Claremont Drive to go to their band practice. So that really got me into like the hardcore punk scene, metalcore scene. Grew up going to Soma a lot. Everybody's familiar with Soma.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Didn't you work there?
I did work there. I
Yeah,
worked
I
there
remember
for
you
about
telling me that one
4
time.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was also another crazy venture.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
But you never went to Soma downtown.
Not downtown.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm not as
old.
I wasn't gonna say that at all. I was gonna say I'm
You
not
were
as
in diaper. I think you were in diaper.
yeah, I
still,
probably
right?
was.
Yeah.
Or like early middle school.
Oh, not old enough.
No, no,
Lucky
definitely
you.
not. I'm pretty sure that one used to be like 18 and up too, right? Or like not all ages. I could
No,
be totally
it was
wrong.
18 and up.
It was.
It was
Okay.
18 and
Yeah.
up.
See, I wouldn't even have.
Yep.
So like after that, I was in a band. Grew up around like 10th grade, high school. Just got together with some random friends of mine from Claremont. My buddy Kyle Allen, and then he knew two kids that went to, I want to say, Saints High School, all boys school.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I think they have like.
They
My
have.
brother was telling me they have a really good football team or something.
They have an awesome football team.
Yeah, like a.
At least they did at the time.
He said some kind of number, like a D1 or letter or something.
So there was a kid that we knew that he knew that went to
I
Saints,
think that's the one.
and then we knew another kid that went to Point Loma. It was either Point Loma or High Tech High, but we just kind of all got together and started a band called Hello Marquee. And
Hello, Marquee. That was the name of the band?
Yeah, Kyle already had the name, and
That's
I was
a cool
like,
name of a band.
it is cool, but I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck does this even mean? And he had this whole thing for it, and
What's the music type exactly?
it's like screamo.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
it's like a little bit heavier than pop punk, but it's not super heavy like metal core or hardcore.
Yeah.
Like you still got some singing, you still got some like melody parts, but like every now and then you got to break down or like.
It's like
something
hardcore with a little pop element to
heavy. Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's like and we were like your whole golden age of Warped Tour.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's fully what that was about for a long time.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then that just band broke up. Did that for like 5 years, 6 years, and then band broke up. Still wanted to do music. Started raving 2008, 2009. Went to LA. Hard Haunted Mansion, first rave 2008,
Oh yeah, you've mentioned that to me.
and then that
multiple
just
times.
kind of like oops, that was all
That was it?
downhill from there.
You're hooked?
That was at the.
You're
That
hooked?
was the one at the shrine.
That
right?
was the one at the shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy P, Mr. Oizo,
Yep.
Fake Blood.
We saw those names in your interview.
We read a little bio
Yes.
of you.
Yeah.
We were picking that up. And
I'll chime in and say, I know. Thank you first of all for all the love on Music Is for Lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I know we
Appreciate
didn't get to that part about your history here too. So tell us a little bit how you got together with Music Is for Lovers.
Yeah,
and
Jimbo
and
James.
them.
Jimbo James started going to his shows. I don't even know. Probably, Analog Bar was probably my first Music Is for Lovers show.
okay, yeah.
Jeff
Yeah.
Corrigan's in the chat too. By
Shout
the
out
way.
Jeff Turbo.
He's also
What up,
from
Turbo?
Music Is for Lovers. What's up? So the analog days.
Analog Bar. J Flip, I think, was actually the first one randomly.
Hmm.
Jeff was shooting photos there.
The special show. The
Yeah.
special
Yeah,
event?
that was that special one. I think we went.
If you
I
guys
think I
haven't,
went with you, dude. From Syrah or some shit.
Oh, really?
And then we just like went upstairs.
That's funny.
if you
Okay.
guys haven't checked out Music Is for Lovers, you definitely should. They have a lot of videos on their YouTube. Tons of content. They've been doing premieres with our label, NOS. We just had one with Push It Up, so thank you again for that. It's an amazing website.
Yeah,
Are you-
super dope.
Are you guys mainly going by NOS, or are you trying to push the No One's Safe?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
what it stands for.
It's people are gonna.
We
A
give 'em
lot of people
options.
just say Nas
Yeah, we give them
because
options.
it's easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Nas is like,
It's like
before
you put it in the
2
car,
a.m.
get the Nas going.
After 2 a.m., it's no one's safe.
After 2 a.m. Yeah, then it's
Yeah.
no one's safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell
cool.
us about Music Is for Lovers. Like, what is it, and what do you do there?
I mean, I don't even know if I can answer what is it, because I feel like that's like, I feel like that would be like Jimbo because he started it kind of thing. Like,
For sure.
But
well,
what is it now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Jimbo throws crazy parties all over San Diego warehouse. Jimbo James is also a producer, friend of ours. Shout out
to
Jimbo James.
Jimbo.
Shout out,
owner of
Jimbo.
Music
What's
Is for
up?
Lovers. But there's like a lot. There's people that make it all like come to life. I mean, it used to just be parties, and then it turned into a record label, and then it's always been a blog as well online, musicisforlovers.com. Now definitely more focus on the label side of things, especially all the music Jimbo signed out of like San Diego, especially. So
Okay.
many artists that we've had from San Diego. They're
so
super
right now
talented.
it's really focused on the label.
I mean,
and
definitely-
then obviously events.
and events and like helping where we can with the blog, doing premieres, and the massive reach they have with the website and their SoundCloud. I think the SoundCloud just hit like 55,000 followers, which is crazy.
Nice.
That's a
They
pretty
just
solid
Jeff
number.
just said on the YouTube, you guys just hit 2 million views. So
Yeah,
congratulations
all the
on
videos
that.
that Jeff does at Firehouse and Camino, and all the stuff on the boat and the warehouse parties is like next fucking level Cirque.
Yeah, it looks
style
super
shit.
cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I played with Myron on one of them, and super cool look. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the angles like that.
It's
Party's
insane.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
like,
super good.
it's fun to be at, and it's fun to watch later. Yeah.
We were doing a live stream on Wednesdays for about like the greater part of a year. I know I had you guys on. You did the Feel It Records one.
Yeah, I did the
which was sick.
Yeah.
That was super vibey.
Yeah,
that was Mitch Dodge and Friends, right?
Mitch Dodge and Friends.
Yeah.
And then we did a one-off.
How long did you do that for?
Fuck, I don't know, a year straight. Pretty damn close to a year straight every Wednesday.
Yeah, that was
dude.
fun, man.
I think we missed
really
like one when I was sick one time, but that was it.
Yeah, definitely a good time.
That was a good time. That was good. Shout out Jeff again on that.
Yeah.
And Feel It Records, the stream at Mark.
Out
on spot.
Yeah, I mean, Feel
That's
It.
cool.
The Feel It used to be my store.
Your store.
Before that.
I know.
Yeah. And then I was down like a couple more blocks on Market before.
Are you still a shareholder or
No.
Okay.
No. I got out of the record business. MP3.
MP3
was like
got into the record business.
hurting me.
Stopped selling records.
MP3 did mad damage.
Started making records.
Mad damage.
So with the Music is for Lovers, I know you do some of the blog. Obviously, we do some of the premieres.
I do the
with
blog
you.
stuff,
And
premiere.
I saw you did some engineering. Do you still do engineering for them?
Yeah.
too?
I mean, I try, man. I try. Nothing probably near compared to what Fresh is doing in here, but yeah, I try my best.
What does that mean though? Like
so like we take the pre-master or the song from the artist. Jimbo sends it to me. We don't usually just kind of like want a clean version, mixed down version, and then we try to just get it ready for distribution.
Yeah, just kind of have a certain label,
Master
status quo.
Are you doing mixing
everything
for
sounds the
them
same.
and mastering, or just the mastering?
Just mainly mastering. I don't really do a lot of like stem mixing or stereo mixing. Honestly, I just try to get whatever mix.
You just try to get what they've got.
Try,
yeah, master level ready.
Yeah, it just takes so much fucking time to do mix sounds. I don't have that much time. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty good. Like I'm actually thoroughly impressed with. I think Jimbo has a really good ear for what he does sign. So I would say like 95% of the mix sounds that I get or the pre-masters are solid.
Really good.
They're good.
Right.
Yeah, people aren't.
I mean, that's an important part of music, especially our music. You know what I mean? I've been turned off by songs just because they weren't mastered or, produced correctly, but they had the right idea. But the sound engineering or sound understanding, you know what I mean? At a certain level, you're like, okay, this song isn't going to go with the rest of the songs because even though it's got a good bass line, it was not polished correctly. Sound engineering was not on point, so it's going to have a little lacking.
I think like too, have you ever played a song at a show that you played for the first time and you play it and it just sounds like dog shit compared to the rest of the songs that you have? Too?
Yeah.
That's like the worst.
That's
feeling.
all my songs. So
That's all your songs?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
kind of works.
That's
okay.
Well, I mean,
Not your
if
songs on
like
Nas.
dog
If it's
shit, then you're
consistent,
good. Yeah.
if it's consistent dog shit, then,
Oh man,
it's really
you guys
dog
should-
shit.
during the blog house era, it was hilarious. Like people were like playing like 72-bit rate stuff, and
Well,
like
yeah.
it was
Like,
like
that was like
mad.
electro, dude.
Well, that's
It
what
was-
came out when everybody, the MP3, you know what I mean?
Uh.
Like you just, because it cost nothing.
Yeah.
So
It was
just
so
like
funny,
everybody
though.
was taking a whack at it and throwing it out there.
Yeah.
What if
And it was kind of a scary
I
time.
wonder if even like people knew what wave was. Then.
I mean everybody did know what wave was because it was the CD standard. But
okay, yeah.
when it was the file sharing online that got big, where bad conversion rates
Yep.
were getting passed around and DJs didn't have the ear to care. So
Right.
like I am always screening. I don't even like to listen to music when I'm going through it on my laptop. I like to listen in my home studio monitors just to hear if it's quality at all, because Mitch is right. Just like he said, if you play a track that's not sonically up to par with what you just played, you could really lose the floor.
You
you
can
could
tell.
hella lose the floor.
Well,
Yeah.
there's the floor, and it could tell there's been a dip.
Freaking panic, start sweating.
In the sound.
Yeah. I mean, that's funny because Freddie's always sending me ideas for new music that we're working on together, and I'm like, I can't listen to. I'm only in front of my phone. I was like, I can't give you. I was like, I
Honest
think
feedback.
I think it's good.
Right.
Yeah, but that stuff's not mastered.
You
I'm
know?
just like, do you like the idea?
Yeah.
You know.
But still, like, I'm
Yeah,
like
you still
on
gotta
the
hear it
phone.
the
I'm
right-
like,
you gotta
no.
Still hear it on the right system.
At least I got to bump it in the
Do
car.
you like the panic?
Got to do the car
You like
bump.
the panic scroll wheel on the CDJ?
I
where
just-
you're panicking.
I just
looking
started.
for
I
something new
ignore.
quick,
I
and-
ignore Freddie, and then he goes, "I guess he didn't like it." He writes back to me.
Yeah, that's the worst.
does.
The silence of death, dude. It's like, damn,
Silence of
dude.
death.
3 days went by and he get no reply.
Fuck, it's
And then
that
he's like
bad.
traveling. He's like, oh, I'm at Disneyland for Star Wars or something. I'm listening on my phone. I didn't reply to you yet.
He knows though now that it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, and you don't want to. I'll be honest. Like Bluetooth headphones usually sound like shit anyway, so you might as well wait till you get home.
Yeah,
where you get
exactly.
natural headphones.
So what tools, the software tools are you using to make your stuff and your music?
So I was actually gonna say that for like mastering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, just in general production.
Or in general, tell us about it.
I'm like
Mastering doesn't always want to share secrets.
I mean, well, what I was gonna say is like probably compared to like studio equipment, which I don't have a lot of at my house. Like super in the box, like a lot big software guy, but definitely less is more. I'm a really big fan of like high quality sounds.
Right.
So if I'm using samples, like I'm pretty damn particular. I don't have folders and folders of just every fucking sample pack that came out everywhere.
Right.
Like it's got to sound
Yeah, you got a unique.
good.
Yes,
It's gotta
solid.
sound good.
Solid sounds in a sample.
Most samples are mastered anyways once you get them or once they're like given or sold or whatever it is. So usually, if it sounds like shit, probably not. But then I don't use a lot of popular VSTs. Not a big like Serum guy. Probably should be though. I mean, I see like a lot of people that use it. It sounds good. I don't know. I just never got into it.
I like Serum.
I like Serum. Or I mean, I like what I hear on Serum. I just don't use it.
But it's the same thing you said. It doesn't matter what you're using. It's how you use it.
It's how you use it.
I mean, I don't have I know mastering engineers with a ton of hardware, and I obviously do mastering, but I do most of my work in the box, and I have access to it. If I need to, you could do remote robotic mastering stuff. But for here, most of the hardware in here is really more synthesizers.
I don't have any hardware like synths. I wanted like for the longest time, like a Moog or something, or like a Sub Fatty or Sub 37. I just kind of never got around to it. I think like the style that I just got comfortable with producing and what I found working for myself, every time I've tried to implement something new, I notice it took away from my like creativeness. I'm spending more time just like sitting here forcing myself to try to use something that didn't feel natural.
Right.
So I try to stick with what feels natural
Yeah,
when I'm
for
producing.
sure.
Yeah.
And
It's all about the efficiency.
Yeah, and I I'm at a pretty good. I mean, 7 years in, I definitely broke the 10,000 hour mark on Ableton by now. I actually did the math. I hope that I'm around like 14,000 hours. So I feel pretty fast when I work now too. And I just don't want to. I don't want to implement something that also takes away from that. I mean, I think being creative's cool, but I'd rather let's hire like a keyboardist and bring him in and let me play you some shit, and then maybe you can like write some stuff to it and send it back my way, and then we'll chop it up and throw it in the track and manipulate it from there.
That's a cool way to think about that.
Yeah, Skrillex does a lot of that shit.
Instead of having
that's kind of how I just did our first sample pack. I just live recorded a ton of little bass line, and me playing. The one thing I will say about playing on Moogs, because there's two of them here, is you can just sync them up to the DAW and just go and just have it either a loop recording or just run a long recording. And then what I did was chop up all these bits and pieces and turn them into full bass line loops.
Well, speaking of your sample pack, we should do two things. We should give Mitch Dodge one so he can check it out.
Oh, you have a sample pack?
Yeah, I have a sample pack.
Sick.
We have a NOS sample pack, so we're gonna ship
It's
that
not
to
out
you.
yet.
Not out
It's
yet.
Well, we
Not
made
yet,
it,
but
we
it's
made it.
I could show.
And we'll throw a link in for the people that are interested in it.
Here is the
And then
screen of the.
we can see what you think of it.
We're going to be
see what
giving
they think of
away
it.
10 free samples here from the sample pack.
This is tight.
Yeah, and
we won't give you the
66
10 free
bass
ones. We'll
lines
give you
from
the
one
whole
of my
thing.
Nice.
Moogs
Oh, yeah. All right,
here.
cool.
It's going to be available June 7th.
June 7th.
Yeah,
So-
hell yeah,
So
congrats.
we'll get it to you first. So you can get first crack at it. You know?
you were talking about high quality samples.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
probably high. I mean, it's a
Yes.
fucking Moog. It better
Yeah.
be. God, you know?
Yeah.
What I find is really funny though, Lee Reynolds, Desert Hearts. He has a shit ton of gear. He has more gear and synths and old shit than anybody I've ever seen. It's fucking cool.
As an old guy, usually old guys have a lot of old
pictures
shit.
or videos.
Old guys have a lot of old shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
with this stuff that's
just crazy.
yeah.
Like,
But how does he? How does that go about it? Does he actually mess with everything in there, or is it just like
and doesn't know what the fuck we're doing, but we're trying. You know,
Yeah, I
which
mean,
is
I think I saw all his hardware. Like he was moving to San Francisco, I believe.
Yeah.
and he had it packed up, and he was in his room, and I was.
It's a lot.
Like, man, he got a lot. He had a lot of stuff.
I was gonna say though, what I found out was really funny when I first started messing around with Moog software or hardware is that they include the fucking VST version of the hardware even with the piece.
The new, it's not a VST version. It's actually an extension.
Oh, okay.
But see, like this one here to my right, the Model D is a recreation of the original 70s one, so there's no software, no USB.
Okay.
The one on the left, Subsequent 37, yes, it does have a USB and it plugs in. You can actually control the panel from the plug-in.
That's awesome.
But you can't use the plug-in without the hardware being connected.
Oh, okay.
So it's not exactly the same thing. There's some cool things about the Moogs because having your hands, and I play piano, so it's I can play keys, and having controls, it's a different way of producing, and it's fun sometimes, but I do work a lot in the box as well. I don't always have access to these when I'm working at home or if I'm working remote, so it's good to be well-rounded, but it's all about finding your own workflow and not making it complicated, you know?
Yeah.
I was on hardware from the beginning. Like when I started producing, I was on an MPC 2000 XL and synths. There was no computers really. We just used computers to record. Ableton had barely started coming out, but I was already recording and doing music engineering.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I come from that era, so I'm a little bit, used to the hardware, obviously.
Right. That's epic.
Yeah. So
PC era is epic.
Well, tell us about your music and what you got coming out, or what. I know you just recently dropped the South of Saturn came out. Right?
Yeah, South of Saturn.
Yeah, congrats on that, man.
What do you got?
That's huge.
What you got coming up, or what you've put out?
I just
people can know.
I had a lot of music last year, just like random one-offs, like Space Yacht last year, Music is for Lovers EP, Unlearn Records. I actually had, I think, like 7 different tracks come out last year, so it was busy.
Yeah.
This year hasn't been as busy, but I've been like really picky, just super picky about what I've been wanting to release or what I've been putting out, and I have a lot of stuff that I have in my like back pocket that I have sent to quite a few people. I'm actually talking to.
So how many songs are you sitting on right now that you're excited about?
Dude, like that I'm excited about 2 out of like 500. No, I'm just kidding. Like I don't know.
All right.
No.
That's a
like,
bad question.
No, there's
for
like
a producer.
there's like 7 or 8 tracks
How
that
many
I'm like.
tracks are done?
Yeah.
And willing to be signed.
Like I have an EP coming out with DJ Ideal and Susio.
Okay.
That's on Unlearn Records.
Oh, big shout out to Doc Brown.
Doc
Yeah,
Brown.
boy.
Fucking hella know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're all really we go
good
back.
friends. Really good friends.
Cool.
And the music style. What
Tech
do you?
house.
Tech
Right?
house. Is that what you're calling it?
That's what they put it under the genre.
What do you call it?
I think it's tech house, but I don't think it's like typical.
Depends on
Well, it's
who's.
kind of changing.
I think it
too.
depends.
I feel
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
there's like genre stealing going around here. I was talking about it on one of our other
Genre
ones.
stealing.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
man.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Stealing.
Here's where it started. I'll tell you where it started.
I've never heard of
Genre
this.
stealing.
I'll tell you
yeah.
where it started. It started when Paul Oakenfold was at the epitome
Paul Oak. We're going that far back.
of like
Four scores
the
and 7
number
years
one.
ago?
Everyone was like, Paul Oakenfold, my favorite DJ. He's my favorite house DJ. I was like, at that point, Paul Oakenfold was not playing house.
Okay.
It was yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
got to be trans.
But that's like-
It was trance.
Okay, but
And
Paul
everyone
Oakenfold,
called.
that's educated people that know it. I mean, that was still
Everyone was calling it
not EDM,
house.
but that was still techno.
Just like the tech house word now is kind of a catch-all for like almost anything, you know?
Right.
Like the younger
Yeah.
kids, it's like tech house this, tech house that,
Right.
tech house, and I'm like, that's not
Tech
Right.
house.
tech house.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
think about this. You remember progressive house?
yes,
Okay, in the early, like, 2000s.
progressive house.
Does it have any like, can you even recognize it from what they call progressive house now?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of guilty of using progressive house loosely.
But it's changed though.
am.
It
has
has
It's
changed.
changed a lot.
Yes,
it was
yes.
more EDM.
It will continue to change, just
now
like-
it's like all like Tulumi vibey and all this.
See,
You
and
know,
I
slower.
don't even call that stuff progressive
You know,
house.
it's
I
like-
call prog house and I say prog house, not
You call
progressive house.
Prague.
Okay.
House
It's to me
for all the Germans.
like it's mainstream, like your John Summits or like your West End with like vocal anthem. To me, that's progressive house because
Okay.
progressive.
I would say so too. The big
right,
John
the
Summit
big
songs.
anthem shit
Yeah,
is
the big
and the
big
reason
one.
I consider it progressive is because in music outside of electronic music, progressive has always been more ballady, anthem-y,
True.
kind of
Very.
spearheading the mainstream.
Right.
It's what's progressive. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Whoever wants to correct me on that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But house is also like gone back to, if you look on Beatport, like the house genre section, house has definitely steered away from being mixed in with tech house as much. It's definitely gone back to more house, like chill, more dance floor friendly.
Yeah, vocally,
Yeah.
you know. But it's like,
More-
I mean, because it's like house is, you know, it's like, it's the root of it, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's all something house, tech house.
Yeah, of
you know what I
course.
mean, progressive house. You know, like
It all started at the warehouse.
Yeah, and so it's like it's always. I feel like house is always the thing that's kind of getting it. These genres are taking from. You know what I mean? Because even when you hear a house song, it might have a tech house bass line, but if the producer's really good, it will separate itself from tech house.
I was gonna say
as the piano comes in, or as the vocal comes in. So there's always has elements, but I mean, it's like two of the biggest staples in dance music have been house and trance.
Back to my question with you, Mitch, and you know what type of music, and I would probably agree that your stuff is
tech
what
house.
I would call tech house.
I would say so.
Like real tech house.
But it's got an edge to it too. Some of it, you know, stuff I've heard.
Sorry.
We're dropping stuff over here. Oops. We're gonna get yelled
thank
at.
you. I mean, I appreciate that because, like, I feel like I have never drifted away from it. Like, I've always been such a tech house guy, and I kind of have a proud, like, while people are like, oh, it's not cool anymore, or other shit is becoming cool, I definitely haven't, like, strayed away from what I like, and I kind of take pride in that, and still being into tech house and playing tech house. And I've always wanted to play different tech house, like not what you are going to hear most of the time.
Yeah, and because I mean, tech house is now kind of the new like commercial version of dance music.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of it's like it started out, very very kind of underground.
Very
and
underground.
Commercial took a hold of it. You know, it's like it's the new electro.
Right.
You know what I mean? It started out with this really underground, but then everybody took a hold of it. And I mean, honestly, if you're gonna have something that could be commercial, tech house is a way better sound to have commercial than
drum and bass is like that. Commercial is shit. There's like a drum and bass track on the radio.
I just had a conversation with my brother yesterday.
Yeah, John Summit just did a drum and bass track.
I just had a conversation with my brother yesterday, and we were talking about old days and drum and bass and stuff. And he was asking me about shows, and I was like, believe it or not, almost every show I play now, where there's a younger audience, somebody comes up to me and asks me to drop a drum and bass song.
Fucking crazy.
I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That would have killed the dance floor 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's because
it's
Chase
really
and
cool.
Status and what they did with Baller
I
Room.
love drum and bass. I love breaks.
Yeah.
But what I've learned throughout the years is like the harder the music is to dance to, the less people are into it, except for really good dancers.
Well, the cool thing about
what I mean, and that's why the 4 on the floor works. Is you can't lose that.
Can you
the cool thing about drum and bass is you could double time it or half the speed.
Can you get away with drum and bass in Vegas right now? Like the other night?
Never tried.
No, I don't think so.
Never tried yet.
Like
I think that depends on
who's playing,
where you are in Vegas.
Right.
Are you at an underground party downtown? Or are you playing at EDC?
You can do that shit at Disco
Or are
Pussy,
you
but
on the
not-
strip at one of the open format rooms?
I personally don't have
you
any
might be
drum
able to
and bass
dip
to
into
drop.
drum and bass and get out, but it just depends on where you're at, what conventions are in town,
or who's
in
playing,
town,
or who the headliner is.
If John Summit drops, obviously he drops drum and bass because
One.
he's everybody's favorite DJ, right? Every 19-year-old's favorite DJ. Everybody's gonna love it. If I would play the exact same set he played, people would hate me for it.
Do you play John Summit tracks right now?
How do you know? How many John Summit sets have you played?
Yeah,
I think that's the only one.
I opened up for him that one time at Nova. That's pretty sick.
John Summit.
No, he had this new one.
That was
Shiver?
That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
That's a big show.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
The sound system there is kick ass. Nova.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's really nice.
I'll fucking play at 9 to 10 and just to play that.
Yeah,
sound system. I don't care.
yeah.
So nice.
It's a good club, and it's always busy. By 10, it's packed.
It is actually. Yeah, I played with Spacey out there the other night, and I did I did like a 9:30 to 11 opening slot, and
Yeah.
then by 9:45.
It says already passed.
packed.
You know, because Insomniac just packed.
It's called Go Back with Sub Focus and Julia
Yeah.
Church.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back.
Yeah, that was the new
Yeah,
John
I
Summit that
kinda
went into like the drum and bass. And they had a
skipped
drum
it.
and bass version. I got
Skip
the
that. You
promo.
passed
I
it?
don't.
You haven't heard
I'm
that
too
one?
scared to play drum and bass. I'm too scared to tempo change that far.
Yeah.
Fuck it all up.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. When I used to play records, I would have breaks in drum and bass to play in the middle of my breaks.
Breaks are also
Like when the
huge
break
right now,
would
too.
happen in a house track,
Yeah.
and they were so long, I would throw, break beat or drum and bass record under it, and then mix out of it.
I'll do breaks. I'll do halftime shit, but I'm scared to go like 140, 160.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going there the other day.
That's so
Yeah.
But like I was playing like A.G. Cook, Charlie XCX, like
Where, Firehouse?
yes,
At 140 beats per minute.
145.
What?
Yeah, it's like dance.
But what? I mean,
Dance
is that
pop,
how the
like-
song you were playing originally goes at, or you were just turning it up?
No, that's how fast it is.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Charlie.
I'd love. I mean, you
XCX
know
at a-
my sets. Like I play like anything and everything.
Eric
Dance,
plays shit you want
Right.
to dance to.
dance.
Dance. It's all
I play
dance.
dance
Yeah.
music.
You play. That's a
You
good
do play
point.
dance.
Yeah, I don't. Whether it's house dance
Yeah.
music, whether
Yeah.
it's like indie dance music, electronic dance music.
I don't think
like,
I think like 85 to 90% of your shit has vocals too.
Yeah, I love
I know.
vocals.
Vocals.
That's
That's
my
okay.
thing.
That's good.
Yes. No, probably like 97%. I think.
So,
I don't think. I mean, dance floor won't go away. They love
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I
I
love
mean,
that shit.
I'm just
the chicks aren't
always-
going anywhere.
Chicks are going.
I'm just always gonna play what I like, and
Eric's been dropping that Stutter House.
I have been.
He's got
Wow.
some
Stutter
stuff coming out right
Lately,
now on the soon.
We just finished a couple stutter
Some
tracks.
Stutter House
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
Hotfire likes that shit.
So I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited.
How do you feel about
Hotfire's
it?
Super into that kind of shit.
You in the Stutter House?
I mean, I fuck with it. I guess
Right.
if it's bouncy.
Right.
Well, tell us about so you were saying about your releases last
I'm
year.
super
You
into
had
minimal right
last
now.
year you had
Minimum
7.
D-Tech. I like
Minimal
that.
tech.
Yeah,
I
I
had
like
7
that
last
too.
year.
That's my
I
favorite
love minimal.
genre.
I love fucking Archie
7
Hamilton,
tracks
or like
that-
Dave Records,
Okay.
Prunk.
I want to know because there's a genre stealing of minimal,
There is.
and I don't know which
Which
one
one's
that
that
is
one?
anymore.
No.
Yeah, there's
Another genre.
which
stealing.
minimal are we talking about?
Like Chris Ducey.
You know?
I
Yes.
like Chris Ducey,
Fuck
but I
yeah.
consider him
Oh,
more
shit.
like
With
deep
that
house
right
and
now.
minimal deep house.
Like that's what. Yeah.
Not like Hernan Cantaneo.
No, but
No.
like.
Did I say that right?
yeah,
Hernan-
Hernan
Hernan-
Is he stealing? Is he-
Catan.
No, that's what was
That's
the
more
epitome of
progressive to
minimal.
me.
I thought.
Yeah.
Right. But this is minimal.
This is minimal
This is
now.
like
This is
minimal
minimal
tech.
tech.
Archie
Minimal
Hamilton.
tech, yeah.
Archie Hamilton.
So it's gonna be like it's gonna be stripped down, pretty much stripped down tech house.
My
A lot of funky.
microhertz for sure, or like Sidney Charles. That's
Yes.
another one.
Right.
Yes.
Super minimal tech.
Okay, so you had 7 releases.
Last year.
How many have you had this year?
One on South of Saturn.
South.
No, I did a remix for Good Neighbor.
Okay.
That was a remix though.
Tell us about the process of like how are you going about your music, and like are you thinking about labels before you start working on a song? Do you start just working on a song? Or do you just look for a label that it fits? Or tell us about that process of how you're getting it to where you want it to
You
end
make the
up.
song first, or you
I
already decide
definitely
where you want it
just
to go?
make. I mean, I definitely just make music,
Uh-huh.
but I guess I do think about what my intentions are with it before I go into the writing process.
Okay.
If I know, okay, we're gonna make, like, we're doing like Mitch Dodge shit, like we're gonna do fucking house or tech house, or if I hear something that I'm inspired by, then I'm like, oh, that's really sick. Maybe I can apply that to a new song or something I had been working on. Or if it's like at night and I'm just chilling, I'll definitely change my mindset for like fuck around mode and just.
But I'm talking
whatever.
about more of like
When I have music that I'm done with,
Yes.
I definitely will label shop per what I think that song might fit for that label. I'm not
okay,
just
so
blindly
like
sending
you're
shit.
like oh, this kind of fits like these other songs that I play. These other songs are on these labels, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll send it to them. Or
And I have a
what's the deal?
couple. I have a couple of people that I talk to personally, like friends,
Yeah.
that I will pull a fresh and send them that shit and be like, "Hey, what label? Where do you think this would fit? What do you think how this sounds? I was thinking this label. What do you think? No." And then they'll maybe send me another idea I didn't think of. There's so many fucking record labels.
Are you
too.
doing, let's say, call them like blind submissions, where you're just submitting through a website to like, or
I-
how are you going about that?
Like everybody?
Because
well,
a lot of people want to know, and people always ask
So,
about that
like
stuff?
south of Saturn, I know their A&R from Instagram friends, Kaysen. So just from that, so that was like a little bit more direct. Luckily, luckily though.
So
know
did
what I
you?
mean? That wasn't like.
Let's talk about that specifically. Did you say, "Hey, I got a song. I think it'll fit the label," or were you just like, "Kaysen, check the song out"?
No,
or
I didn't like
how did
send
that
it.
go?
So I definitely have like a rule of where I always try to separate personal from business. So like with Kaysen, I was like, hey, what's your email for demo submission for Repopulate South Saturn? Cool. And then I took his email, sent him a separate email that was totally in regards to that, because our conversation on Instagram is more like
Totally different,
fucking personal.
like
so I don't want to like
friends,
bombard that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like.
So that's good advice. Keep it separated.
If there was a dude that I saw, okay, so here's another thing that I think is kind of weird. And I see this a lot, and I see other artists, they'll post it, and they're like, fuck, never do this. Or they'll say, like, God, I can't believe people do this. Which, I wish people were a little bit more easy on people trying to submit stuff to labels.
Right.
Like, people are very critical about it, and it's like, wow, I can't believe this guy fucking bombarded my Instagram inbox. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're not that fucking important anyway, so who cares?
Right.
But
have a little compassion.
Have a little bit of compassion.
Yeah.
But I do think it is proper etiquette to separate personal from business. And like, if you see a guy and or a person, and if you see they're like A&R for this label in their Instagram bio, maybe don't just assume you can send them a DM when you don't even know this fucking person and bombard it with music. Try the like, hey, just checking to see.
I
introduce yourself.
completely agree with that. Like, I think the unsolicited Instagram DM demo is not the way to do it. Do it like Mitch is saying, like, contact
Go through
them.
the proper channel.
Yeah, go through the proper channel.
Ask them where the proper channel is, because they might have a way of filtering stuff through email that you don't know, and Instagram is kind of a little personal, and a lot of times your stuff's going to just go to the spam folder. You know, that's the thing.
And they might be getting all kinds of spam submissions in Instagram that they're like, oh,
I do
ignore,
from Freshcobar, and I don't know these people, and
Right.
I'm not signing tracks as Freshcobar. You know, I'm not a record label. And
Yeah,
it's kinda
right, exactly.
Interesting that a lot of people do that.
The
so
Music is for
really
Lovers
good advice,
SoundCloud
Mitch.
message inbox is like insane.
Crazy.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But my thing too is, and like, I know they get a lot of submissions from everywhere in the world, and I don't want to assume like maybe there's a language barrier, but even just some of the effort of like nothing and just assuming I can just post tracks is like, fuck, this is insane.
Yeah.
To me, this is very, you know.
So like your advice is give a little personal touch.
Personal touch, or else like,
Communicate with them first.
Yeah.
And then find out where the avenues are that you should send it.
Yeah, get the right channel.
And
So,
then
let's say you got a song finished. You got these 2 songs you're sitting on right now that are ready to go, and you're excited about them. Are you gonna probably submit them through an industry connection right now?
I already sent them back to Repopulate Mars.
Oh.
To try and do a second release with them.
Oh, nice.
Because I liked how well that release went,
okay.
and all of the marketing and the PR that went into it.
Do you like the level of effort they gave it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, there's definitely labels that I've released with that don't have that level of effort, and there's labels that do.
Yeah.
So this year, are you going to be doing a lot more? Let's call them blind submissions, or are you going to be using kind of the connections
I'm
you
trying
made
to
through...
do big. I want to do bigger labels because I want to play more shows. So like definitely I'm not. So one thing is like a lot of people get booked on shows right now based upon their fucking Instagram. A lot of people get booked based upon their Beatport, their Spotify. It really depends on what you want to specialize in. I think.
What's your strong point?
It's great if you can cover all of it.
Right.
I'm not the best at coming up with the most creative social media shit, so I'm really trying to focus on like producing, releasing tracks, and then so I just got to take that to the highest degree that I can. So like I'm fucking trying to release on Hot Creations. I'm trying to release on Defected. I'm trying to release on fucking Tool Room now. You know.
Yeah, it's important you said that because I feel like
level.
at the same time, you gotta like. There's a certain level that you know what I mean. If you want to be recognized, we got to be doing all these things.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you got to be shining on all those things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do it all, but recognize where your strengths are, and then focus mostly on that.
I think
Instead
so.
of trying to spread yourself too thin, but that's not really what you're good at. You know, if they want to see that you have all these things going, when they look you up, but that doesn't mean that that's the thing you're using to make, to grab them and get the booking.
Right.
You know what I mean? It might be your production. It might be your DJ skills. It might be, your mixes.
Sure.
Your looks.
Your looks.
Yeah. Or your looks,
Looks are huge.
Looks are huge, but looks don't have a
I'm
sound.
just kidding.
You can look as good as you want to.
How about
you ain't got no sound.
But like I've definitely, like, when I signed to Dirty Bird for the first time, huge dream come true for me.
Yeah,
Milestone,
great label.
Yep. But just over time, as my sound has changed, or what I'm into has changed also. Still love Dirty Bird. Still definitely send them music every once in a while if I think it's a fit for that.
Yeah.
I'm just not really writing music like I think is a fit for that,
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also I think I'm 34. I'm getting a little older.
Yeah.
So my sound is definitely maturing more, which I think comes with the labels that I want to release at that are.
I
also
feel like
more
it's
mature
also
in that sense.
getting a little more. Like your last release, I felt like it was a little more commercial, but not commercial meaning bad, meaning like like you could hear it playing in an H&M or
it's
something.
friendly.
Yes,
it's
friendly.
It came on like my friend's Spotify playlist radio, and I was like, dude, did you just put this on because I'm here at your fucking house party? And she was like, no, dude, it just
popped
fucking
up.
came on, and I was
Just
like,
following you
damn.
around.
I think that's like the first time I've ever had a track.
Actually, we should probably put one of your.
Do that.
We should put one of Mitch's tracks on our Spotify playlist.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Tech My House, or what was it called?
Isn't
Sorry.
that's
Freddie,
We
what's
love
it called?
Tech House.
Tech My
We
House
love
is-
Tech House.
Yeah, we love Tech House.
Tech My House is Space Head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Shout out Space Head. Shout out
Yeah,
Wonder
yeah.
Bridge.
Space. Are they? Did I see they were
They're
doing
cool.
an event at Pool House next week or in a week or so?
I thought they just said Nova.
Yeah,
They did Nova.
Yeah,
You
they've done
played
Nova
there.
several
I
times.
played there.
You played there. That's
played
right.
there.
Never mind.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I
There's
guess
too much shit,
there
man.
is a lot of stuff.
There's a
shit.
lot of stuff.
Tell us about some of your
going
gigs
on.
and what you've been doing and
I fucking haven't. I mean, I've played some cool stuff. Like I just played Orange County the other week at a warehouse party for Loco Disco.
Okay, how was that?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
warehouse party.
Yeah.
Underground?
Yeah.
Underground party.
Big time.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
I mean, I'll tell you some shit later, not on the mic on the YouTube. It was great.
Well, actually,
but it was awesome.
actually, hold on, no, because I had a specific question that now
Okay, cool.
you got me interested.
Yeah.
And obviously you don't have to name any names, but I would like to know something about like what's the worst gig you've ever played?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no club names or
Yeah,
no promoter
don't name
names.
any names. Tell us the situation.
Maybe
Just
it
tell
didn't
it.
have
It doesn't have to be the
or maybe
worst.
there's
name,
not.
just a
It doesn't
bad
have to be the worst
experience.
gig.
You know what?
maybe,
Like-
Maybe it's the best gig.
maybe
you've ever
it's
played.
like something happened at the event that's weird. Tell a
Yeah.
story.
I've had weird shit. Like I've been at a club before and like somebody was being weird to my friends and my girlfriend and there wasn't security around.
Oh, wow.
And they started talking shit to her. And then I'm
Ooh.
on stage and I'm just like, oh my God, we really got to do this right now. So I've been like, we've had that situation. But then like I've had and that's not, I wouldn't even want to say that's the worst. I want like a bad fucking sound system is the worst thing. Where you just the dance floor can't catch a vibe.
Yeah.
You can't catch a vibe. The booth sucks. And there's been a couple of those.
I've had a lot of those.
I've had a lot of those.
But then I've had the total opposite of like everything's pristine, everything's perfect. Like,
Well, you know what? You do anything long enough, you
Yeah,
experience everything
yeah.
that's off.
I've had a crazy show before, and I mean, I don't know how. Like, is this a PG-13 show on here? Or?
No.
Yeah,
You can talk whatever
PG.
you
Just,
want.
you know,
Yeah,
just
whatever
I
you
mean,
want.
whatever.
don't get
Okay,
yourself
cool.
in trouble.
Okay, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble, but I will say I definitely.
That one time you lit somebody on fire.
No, in Las Vegas though, I definitely like. Let's say I drank the wrong drink, and somebody offered me that drink, and they were like, "Yeah, man, like I know you're about to go on. Do you want?" And I was like, "Yeah, great." And when I got on stage, realized it was not the drink that they told me that it was.
And they were standing next to you with their headphones and their key in their hand.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, right. Oh my God, that'd be epic. But I had to actually have a friend take over. I had to have Marbs from Desert Hearts because him and Mikey Lyon came to visit us, and he could tell I wasn't doing too good.
Oh,
And I had to take a step off stage for about 15, 20 minutes and come back to reality, and then I was able to go.
And you got back on?
I got back on.
Oh, yeah.
I got back on.
Hey.
I finished the set.
You know?
So, but it was a good solid
Can't be
20
stopped, but only contained for
It
moments.
was a solid 20 minutes there where I thought I was going to die.
Oh, I'm glad you
But
didn't die.
We're good.
Oh, I've been there
And
many
not even
times.
you didn't
Not
die.
actually,
you got
not
back
actually
on.
die, but
Yeah,
like
I know.
I was going through.
Yeah, you were hurting.
Yeah.
I've been there
We were
many
hurting.
times.
Yeah.
Many
That's when
times?
That's
How
when
many
I
times you
plug
got
in,
the wrong drink? Many times.
That's when I plug in my pre-mixed.
Pre-mix.
My pre-mix.
Just sit there.
Dude, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
Look
idea
like you're
too, actually.
ODing, but
I
not.
always have it just in case, and it's not like I don't even pretend to DJ, but
What if
like
a
if there's
CDJ
some
goes out?
or
Right.
one CDJ or something's not linked, I'm just like
You know that's funny you say that because Lavelle and I were just talking about this. Like if the link cable breaks and people are using sync mode,
Yep.
newer DJs,
Oh,
it's
you
not going
effed.
to work. And I had never thought of that. Obviously,
don't get me started with the sync because
I have. I've
Mitch,
thought of it.
I think
because
Mitch
it's
hates
like-
me.
I
use
thought
sync
about the
all
kid
day.
that shows up with
But
one
I grew up
stick.
on records, so get out of my face
Yeah, I
with
feel
the
that.
sync.
Yeah,
Sync.
I'm not- whatever, man.
You know,
You know?
I'm a vinyl mode guy on
Right.
CDs.
Yeah, same here. All of us are.
Master tempo's off for me, and I beat Matt.
Master Tempo's
Well,
off.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
that's
it's
some
like,
stuff.
you know what?
That's just the key, though.
The
I don't
sync
know.
It
is
is key,
the
but I
sync.
think it makes it sound weird sometimes.
It
Yeah, it
can.
does.
You know what also can
Makes it
make
sound different.
Sound weird is the quantize a little bit. But Serato's the best engine that can do the key and everything and keep it in pitch. It's got the best pitch engine
Really?
out there. Yeah.
Do you use? Are you straight CDJ? Or are you on Serato? Do you take
No.
laptop?
No.
No, we're all CDJ.
CDs.
But
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
Serato, and you can get Serato for you can get the plug-in version for Ableton. Like you can use the same features that it does.
Yeah, I went from
That's pretty
vinyl to CDs to
Now we're here.
key. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put this beautiful face behind a laptop. I
Fuck
mean,
no.
that was half my bookings right there.
I feel that.
I
feel
went
that.
from vinyl to the.
Tape.
What was the early Serato vinyl, but not Serato?
Oh, Final Scratch.
Final Scratch. Oh my
Damn.
gosh!
Yeah,
that
it was by Stanton.
That's
it was
right.
Stanton. Yeah, Final Scratch. It
Final
came out
Scratch.
before
You would
Serato.
use Stanton, you Denon
Then-
ass using Prime DJ too.
Hey, if
I
they're gonna
know.
give me
I
free stuff,
Do you
I'm
still
gonna
have it?
use
Do you still have it?
yeah,
Nobody
I
uses
still
it.
have my setup.
You have it, yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't play on it, but I don't play on any of my stuff actually. But it's okay.
You should rent that shit.
Ah,
I don't know.
too much.
Whatever.
So from vinyl to that vinyl, Final Scratch. Then there was another version of Final Scratch. I think then Serato, then CDs, or there were CDs
CDs.
somewhere in there.
CDs were at the same
Tiesto.
time with vinyl. Then all that
It
other
was the
stuff
same,
out.
right?
Yeah.
I can't
As soon
remember
as it was
why.
digital, every you know.
That's Tiesto. I saw
Unless
a
you wanted
video.
a laptop in front of you, everybody else went CDs.
I still have my
Yeah.
cool booklet filled with
Oh,
all my.
I got it all.
Yeah.
I was
got all
watching
my
a video
vinyl,
of
all my
Tiesto playing
CDs.
Sensation White Party, and he was CDing it. The
Yeah.
fuck out,
Yeah.
dude.
in the front
Yeah.
of the CDJs. I
Yeah.
loved it.
And a
Everybody,
CD.
and you know what?
Book.
Along the way, everyone made fun of me because I was usually the first to switch. Oh, you're not playing vinyl anymore. Oh, you're not cool. Like I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. Get out of my way. Like I'm
Right.
I'm gonna do what I'm doing. I was the first one to start doing USBs, like in my group, not
Fuck yeah.
first ever,
Right.
obviously. But like, and whatever's next. Like if I'm gonna be using my mind next, I'm
Yeah,
in.
you're gonna be a free.
My mind, let's go.
Do you ever do SD card?
Spotify, no, but I don't.
Whatever.
It's just the same as USB.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know, if there was no
Pretty much.
SD card,
I don't know. I just thought the SD
I would-
card was weird, like random.
it.
I don't know.
I feel it is kind of.
it's random.
It is, but at some point they were,
Pretty
there was
well.
I think they were bigger than the USB.
Yeah, you could
and
have more.
faster.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you could
Right.
So
put
you could
more
have more
stuff
music,
on it.
but now the USBs are.
Even though how big did you need a USB
Yeah.
key to be? I mean, like, you
Right.
still had way more songs than I ever had to carry around vinyl.
100%.
I'm gonna just bring my old school, just like giant block hard drive that's like this
Oh,
big,
yeah.
and then plug it right into
I've seen
the
a couple
thing.
people.
There you
that
go.
do
It's
that.
gonna be all-
They're-
You have 10 million songs. You
That's
gotta get a
funny.
fan too, so
That's
it
so
doesn't
weird,
overheat.
dude.
That's funny.
That's a lot of music.
That is a lot
Well,
of music.
Talking about music and more music, you mentioned AM, Busy P, Wazo, like those. I think I read that those were your early influences because they were some of the first that you saw.
I think the Bloghouse era was like right fucking taking off when I was getting into stuff and driving to LA a lot for shows.
Right.
So like I remember like Bloody Beetroots, Stevie Aoki a lot.
Yeah.
Diplo was just starting fucking Mad Decent. And not even the higher ground shit that he's doing now, but Mad Decent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. Until he went
Yeah.
to Burning Man, right?
Right.
I was
and,
playing.
like-
I was a resident at Voyeur during that time, and it was like the epitome of like sort of electro blog house.
Yeah,
kind of
right.
like,
That was super in, and dubstep was becoming huge. Rusko, Caspa, Nero, Scream and Banga, Skrillex wasn't like still fucking early Skrillex because like
still
that was
kind of
the
band Skrillex ish.
Yeah,
Right.
and then I was super into like. I remember seeing Data Life a lot and Wolfgang Gardner a lot.
Oh yeah,
And,
Wolfgang
like,
Gardner was amazing.
Yeah, and Sidney Sampson and Afrojack doing fucking Takeover Control era. That was
huge.
That was huge.
So that's
dude.
back
Dutch.
Yeah.
Who's now? Who influences you now?
I feel like I was saying, like the minimal tech shit is.
Okay.
It's,
Give me some names. Give the people some names.
He said Chris Ducey.
I love Chris Ducey. I play a lot of Archie Hamilton. I play a lot of Sidney Charles.
Right.
I do play a lot of stuff based upon label releases because like in-flight promos.
Right.
So if I get blessed with like a really cool hookup on promos from a label that I do really like, because there's a lot of shit out there too. But if I try to follow labels because most of them, if they sound good continuously. So obviously either the A&R is doing a really good job picking high quality shit,
Right.
or their engineer, or maybe it's just all of it combined.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then like I like throwing the classics in there. Like I still love anything Justin Martin's doing. Anything Walker and Royce, Ardalan, all the OG Dirty Bird dudes. I feel like are still killing it and putting out cool tracks. And I actually play a lot of random like disco nowadays. Dancey shit. You want to dance, man. You want to have fun,
Yeah, it's time to dance.
It's time to fucking have fun and dance. And
Summertime.
not take shit too seriously.
Yeah, I was playing a few disco tracks this past weekend.
Yeah.
I can't even. I don't
Yeah,
remember the artist.
yeah. I'm not super into the taking it too seriously. I'm not a big and so much fucking respect for like what it is for what people do, but I'm not a big like Tale of Us, not going to Tulum, not trying to see the fucking afterlife stuff. It's like that. It's just a little too serious for me, I think. And it's cool for what it is, like
100%.
badass.
Yeah.
But I like
Not your forte.
I like fun. Yeah.
Keep it light.
Keep it light. Keep it fun.
Nothing
Keep
wrong
it
with
dancey.
that.
Me too.
Give me a good cocktail and a couple of my friends on the dance floor. And
That's why I say I play dance music.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's fun, and it's almost like I feel like I'm going backwards in a sense on sound. Like older house cuts, older disco cuts, stuff that just kind of keeps the fucking floor going, dude.
Yeah.
Moving.
You never know where your journey's gonna take you, man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to
what?
play space, man.
There you go. I hear
Oh,
you.
yeah?
Who's not?
Over in
You know,
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to, yeah, right. Who's not? He fucking said it.
Did we
dude.
go to space when
We didn't.
when we went to Miami?
No, we didn't go to space.
No?
Did you guys go to Miami together?
Yeah, I took Mitch some years back to Miami, and
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we
Yeah,
had a
yeah, yeah.
blast.
We
I
did,
remember seeing
we
a.
did the Dirty Bird party. That was sick.
At that tiny little spot.
The Smirnoff Hotel
Sick.
party. Yeah.
Oh no, that was a different one. Oh no, yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was
the
like
basement.
the ceiling was like,
Like fucking
Like
here,
sweating.
You can touch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a cool party.
that was cool.
That was a cool party.
All right, so what are some of your goals
Tia,
moving forward?
Tell us
in the-
about where
you
you
know?
think, or where would Mitch Dodge be in like 5 years, 10 years, or what?
Or what do
you
you want?
What I want to be
Yeah.
when I grow up.
Yeah, what do you want to be when you grow up, or what are some of the things you're still targeting that you have not yet accomplished?
I definitely want to get like better.
Besides space.
I definitely want to get better at songwriting. Like
Okay.
I'm thinking I might take some like keyboard lessons soon, piano lessons. Maybe finally figure out what chords are off the top of my head in ear instead of me having to look and see. Just get better. Just continue to get better and continue to do better
Instead of drawing
every
them,
month.
you mean?
Or just like overall get better as
Get
a
better.
fucking
Nothing wrong with
musician.
that.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, just get better.
Get better.
Learn more.
Don't get bitter. Get better.
Yeah, I want to travel a little bit more. I feel like I spend a lot of time on the West Coast and in San Diego and California, and I don't want to just travel for like a festival and just go for that, like just to go see shit. I think.
Where do you want to go?
I've never been to Europe.
Oh.
You mean
wow.
non? You mean
Never in
non?
your
DJ?
life?
Never been to Europe.
You
You
mean
You
non
mean to
DJ?
visit or DJ?
Anywhere, anything, even to visit.
Okay.
Even to visit.
I
you've
would
never
like.
been.
Yes, I'm gonna definitely try to see
If you can
music
play
when
there.
I go.
Right.
But I don't want to go like just land.
And if you could
go
get paid to go there, why not?
Fuck yeah.
But
Right.
still going regardless.
Right. I don't want to like just land, go to the festival, leave, get on the airplane, and fucking go home.
Yeah.
I want to like go places, fucking check stuff out more. Just
Stay for a couple
I'm the
days.
opposite. I just want to stay home.
I fucking want to. That's I think my problem though too is I gotta start making an effort to do more shit like that and buy the fucking plane ticket. You know, just do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Europe is amazing. I think you'd love it.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
I want to go to Australia for some weird reason. That'd be kind of sick. I don't know. Just
Australia's
weird
cool.
shit.
So it's fun out there.
Yeah. And then I definitely want to play more like, I don't know, play more stuff that is on my bucket list to play. Play more shit that I went to. Then I was like, fuck, it'd be really cool to play this one day.
Okay.
Like
And
what?
EDC.
Name it.
Name one or two.
Let's play EDC.
EDC. Okay, there you
Like,
go.
fuck, I'm pretty sure by now I should be able to play EDC.
There you go.
know?
And
I
you
just
probably
don't-
will.
I just don't know how that works yet. So we're trying to, you know what I mean? So figuring that out maybe over the next couple years.
Right.
I sent Insomniac some music.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they say.
That's a good
You know,
start.
that's a
You
good
know
start.
anybody Insomniac, or did you just send it?
I did
cold
actually.
submission?
I asked my buddy, shout out Baby J. He runs Pop Gang Mannix.
Do I know?
Yeah,
Oh.
fingers crossed. They
forget.
no, maybe not.
I don't remember.
They run
I'm terrible with names.
Cyber Rodeo in LA. That party.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And they're like kind of a live duo.
Yes.
Mannix.
Yeah. Yes.
One
yes,
of
yes, yes.
them, Pop Gang Records.
Sent you.
He's also a graphic designer. He had a friend at Insomniac, so he sent me as well.
Oh. So connections.
Connections.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
about
You know something we always mention on here, and it's it's about meeting people. I've told you that many times early on.
yeah.
You're like, how can I do this? I was like, you
Yeah.
you could send somebody a dope mix or a song or this and this, but it's like easier just to meet people.
I feel like that's the way you probably gotten a lot of your fucking life achievements as well. You're a super people person, so
Yeah,
you network
Definitely,
your ass off.
I feel personally, it's always better to have kind of someone in there, not just because they're gonna get your song signed, just because you know that they listen to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
when those blank submissions they have the time, they disclaim themselves. Can't guarantee, we're
Right.
gonna respond if we do listen. So you're just kind of sitting there.
What do I do?
So it's like when you have someone in the end, just gives you the validation, like, oh, they heard
And
it,
the
and
good
they give you
thing
some feedback.
Is they might actually tell you the truth.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah.
when
Which is
that's
good.
why, but it's not as easy for people, especially in the music that we're in, because you don't need to be a people person to succeed. You can sit in your room by yourself
I
making
am
music.
not a people person.
Right.
So it's like that's not always the easiest for them to go up and start chatting with people and not look like even though they want something from them and they want to be a part of that, not be that their first impression.
The first thing is to go support them.
Yeah, support and just
Yeah.
kind of vibe them out.
That's the first
when
thing.
I get a lot of people that ask me, they're like, how do I get really interested in playing shows for Music is for Lovers, or really interested in like signing tracks? And I was like, the first thing you gotta do is just go
support
check
them
out a show.
because
Yeah.
I've
Go-
never seen you there.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
say what's up to go
Yeah.
say what's up to Ramin or Tyler Chase or Jimbo James or Sucio or whoever.
The
Right.
first thing I
Go
say
show
to
face.
people
Very true.
is they're like, "What do I got to do?" I was like, "You got to be out every night of the week." Sorry,
I know, dude.
100%.
No,
Yeah.
out of
The
sight,
first
out of
thing-
sight, out of mind.
How exhausting.
I mean, it's a little different now because of the way
the
you know.
internet.
Well, it's like there's more. It's not different. It's still the same, but there's more ways now.
Yeah, there's more
You
ways
know?
now.
There's more ways, but that doesn't change
Yeah.
the fact that the best way is the best way until your song goes number one all over the world.
That's true.
While you're waiting for that to happen, networking
That's
is
the second.
best way.
That's so funny because that's the second thing I said. I was like, the best advice I can give you is first, you need to be out, you need to be seen, you need to go meet people. The second thing, easiest way, go make a hit record.
Right. Right.
Which
Yeah,
is
I
not
mean-
very easy.
No,
Until you get-
nowadays it's not even a hit record. It's hit records.
Until you get somewhat established too.
Yeah.
Like if you've been doing it a long time and you have a lot of contacts, it's different. But
True.
Yes.
until you get there,
But it all
Going out is
starts at
important.
that same point, no matter what. At one point, the person that was there
exactly.
wasn't there, and
Yeah,
had to
everybody
create those
started with
contacts.
nothing.
and
you
it
know?
takes time.
I have
It
definitely,
does.
I definitely have not met a person or a DJ before, and I have heard them release awesome fucking music and spoken highly of them. Don't even know the fucking person, but I'm like, oh, dude, have you checked out so and so? Like, they got awesome music.
Right.
Doesn't come around to shows. Not a big social person in that aspect. So I think that goes back to my point is like, you can focus on like something you're strong and you're good at,
Yeah.
but like you got to kind of go fucking all in on it.
Yeah.
if you don't want to do everything, or if you don't want to always go out, or if you don't always want to bullshit on Instagram and be a TikTok guy or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that sucks though, because it does get a little tough because DJing is also the entertainment business,
right?
So there's that side of it,
right?
Like
being an entertainer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's why someone like he might not be everybody's cup of tea in here, but Fisher does so well.
I mean, no,
he's a true entertainer.
I like his music.
He entertains very well. And a lot of guys, miss that aspect, or just not even miss it. That's just not in their nature. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you got to do what anybody else's do, because if you're an entertainer, you know how to do you. You know what I mean? And be entertaining.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not like, if you see someone doing something that someone else is doing, they probably don't have their own personal opinion or view of themselves as an entertainer, so they're mimicking someone else. But a true entertainer kind of just does their own thing, and it doesn't need to be a lot, but it's still captivating.
And I think trial and error is big
trial
with
and
it, and trying shit out.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, at least you learn.
And
but you gotta learn. You gotta actually learn from it and change.
For sure.
Like, I've seen
not everything you do is gonna
going
fucking
about
work,
the same way, going about it the same way, going about it. I'm like, try something else. How about something else?
No, I mean, there are definitely some tracks that I have out that have not aged as well as I thought they were going to. You know what I mean? And that's okay.
Yeah, it's dance music.
Fucking okay.
Dance music is progressive in its nature.
And I'll also say there's been some songs that me and Lavelle have put out that at first didn't do well, but then years later somehow on streaming got blew up.
Yeah.
Not to what we expected, or got put on some playlists, and it just kind of comes out of left field. It's really weird.
That's awesome.
Old school music, I think it was all upfront marketing. Now it's a lot more long term, and some things can happen unexpectedly. I mean, look at TikTok. Even the big major labels have a resurgence department now for old releases like Fleetwood Mac and things that are coming back in the TikTok era.
And you never know, because now there's so much music getting thrown at people. You never know when they're going to actually stumble upon yours.
Well, isn't the cool thing now, especially for people if they're sampling a lot of music, isn't the cool thing now to go back to the 90s, 80s, 70s and sample old shit? So who doesn't say that in 30 years or 20 years, people aren't going to be going back and sampling Erick Diaz or Mitch Dodge tracks?
I mean, no, they're already doing that too. Think about it like Dr. Dre and Lil Jon. They were, they're being sampled now,
right?
Just in the same way that some of them were sampling, some of the classic hip hop producers.
Somebody was sampling I think it was either like Soul Wax or Too Many DJs, and some of that shit is now considered old in a sense.
Some people sample things that are like a year old or 6 months old even. I've heard tracks that have been sampled that just can't. I just stumbled upon a song and found out that it's a pop song. It's a big song right now. That's Sabrina Carpenter. And I found where they got the idea, and it's a very unknown artist, and somebody was talking about it.
That's crazy.
It's very interesting. Yeah, because that's what they say, great artists steal like an artist. You've heard those sayings.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm actually currently sampling a song that hasn't even come out yet. So
what do you mean?
I don't know.
He's sampling himself.
I was gonna say, are you sampling your own shit you're working on?
That's provocative.
He's
currently sampling the song.
Are you sampling somebody else's shit that you got as an unreleased? Damn, that's kind of funny. Whatever. Yeah, pretty funny. That's sick though.
Well, talking about the
beat him to the punch.
The what did you say, Freddie, about the? What was it on TikTok? You were saying that the labels have to reintroduce
the labels songs? Now. I heard years ago created a resurgence department. I heard this on a podcast, and it's basically before they had, I think, back catalog and new releases were the two departments or divisions. And now, maybe it was publishing and new releases, something like that. Now they have Resurgence, which is basically, this TikTok era is bringing back a lot of tracks. You have tracks blowing up that are old, that might, The funny thing, too, if you think about Spotify, it doesn't actually tell you when the songs were released. So you could stumble on something that could be 5 years old or 10 years old or 30 years old, but think it's brand new.
Brand new.
That's an interesting thing. Like, you really have to go into the details to find the release date. And I think it just gives you the year.
It's funny because also you'll if you've noticed, the big record labels like Defected, Tool Room, things like that, they'll put new artwork on old releases to get people's eyes on them again.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Or they're doing like the compilations, like Harry Romero just did one, and we were talking about it, and I saw some of the PR come into the Sleeping Giant office and defected. They're doing those Masters series, and they're reintroducing the old tracks in the form of compilations, and I think it's just a great way. A lot of our songs that me and Lavelle have released on other labels like Syrup and EDX's labeling them, they always pop up on these Ibiza compilations and this compilation and that compilation. So it's a very interesting time because it's almost like a blog where they're just recycling the material over and over. And we just did one too, our NOS in Miami. But
I think it's a great way to just introduce.
Give it another shot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Especially if the label's doing it and it's not some like random doing it.
Right.
Like I'm cool with the label doing it, but I'm not cool to be featured on like one time I had a release and the label. They
license them all the time.
They license it out to like some
Underground Volume 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by somebody.
Yeah, by another label. Now it's on
Oh
another
my
label.
God,
Yeah, they do that all the time.
The cover art's cheese, and it's just a cheesy thing, you know. And I'm just like,
But
oh, no,
then your song is being reintroduced.
I know. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword.
Cost you nothing, and you know what I mean. They're putting it back out.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not always but also I feel like at the same time, they usually don't pick songs that haven't already done pretty well to put on those volume whatever.
Right.
So it might be shitty artwork and it might not be cool, but if it's on a volume whatever, it's probably going. It's because you're out of a handful of songs, they thought your song would do fairly well on a 75 volume.
I might be crazy. I might be crazy for this one. And I've actually had the label manager be argue with me on it, but I didn't want my track on that kind of comp. I was like,
you said no, don't do it.
It's fucking cheesy. I don't want it. It's
like Gym Masters Volume 4.
Yes, Tech House Workout 2023.
Tech House.
So what did you do? Were you able?
I just told. Yeah, I
you
told
were
him,
able to pull it down.
Yeah, I was like, I would really appreciate it if you uncheck this from licensing and told LabelWorks I don't want this featured on Just What the Fuck Ever.
Yeah, because LabelWorks has their LW recordings.
That's exactly
and it
what
pops
it was.
up on a lot of my Beatport too.
Right, and it takes away when you go to my Spotify or my Beatport, it's there under new releases. And what happened is I had a release on another label the same day that comp popped.
What are the odds?
I was like, fuck no,
totally
dude, and it took away
messing up the algorithm.
So I that's
That's a good point.
Yeah. So that was my thing, and it doesn't fit the brand.
So that's funny you say that because think about that on Beatport. I got a question. Which one came first? Because on streaming, it's also different.
The chicken.
Was the compilation ahead of the other release that you?
It was, yeah.
That
so
sucks.
when you look at the tiles.
Yeah, and then
release.
See if you think about how it operates on streaming. If it's a compilation, it's not going to show up under your singles. It's going to show under appears on.
Right.
So it's a little more set up for something like that. But when you got the DJs going to your Beatport and they're looking for your new release and that's there, yeah, that could be annoying. I could see that.
Yeah, and what are the odds of the same day too?
Freddie gets deep into the marketing strategies and stuff. You guys got to see our text messages, our text threads.
I believe it, dude.
On No One's Safe.
That's legit though, because I'm so blessed to have had the opportunity to do the blog and the A&R and the premieres because I've learned so much just by communicating with other PR firms, companies, and having conversations about shit that I've never had a conversation about.
Right.
And kind of having to learn. And I've learned a lot by imitating others in a way.
Yeah.
And
That's always,
Nothing wrong with
looking
that.
at these press releases and looking at these email chains and the way people are using terminology or the way I used to be a little bit too lengthy on emails. Now my shit's real quick because especially a lot of people overseas and in Europe, dude, they're fucking straight to the point on emails. Like dates, here's the assets, done, cool, send one live.
Yeah, some people don't even say hi.
Send me not even a hi. Send me not even send me the link when it's live. Thanks, I appreciate it. Send one live. Cheers, name. I'm just like, fuck, all right, cool, awesome, this is great. So I kind of learning a lot along the way, and especially with marketing and shit.
Well, it makes it easier that way, straight to the point.
Makes it way easier.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With
graphic
so
design,
much time in a day.
Yeah,
dude. How much has that helped?
Insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? We don't need all this. What do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and especially if you do it so much.
What do you want?
You don't have time.
Yeah, no.
For that shit. No. I get so many fucking emails, dude, for premieres and blog stuff. And, like, that's
it's
awesome.
Right.
But there is, like, if you send me...
You don't want a short story, right?
Dude, and if you send me a link that's fucking 404 air, we're done.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're done.
Check your links.
Like, yeah, that's it. I'm deleting.
Yeah, I mean, everybody makes a mistake. Everybody can. Everybody's human.
Right.
Like, we deal with that at the agency sometimes, like with employees, and you have to understand that everybody's human here and there.
Sure.
But I feel you. Like, check your work, and but I've also had SoundCloud give people a 404 when the link actually worked.
Works.
Once.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It's weird. Yeah. Sometimes it's not the person's fault. You gotta also. I try to also put myself in the other person's shoes. Like, would this person have made that mistake, or was this a tech error? Like,
right.
Think about all the possibilities, because things do happen. I've clicked on people's links to go to Facebook, and Facebook was down, but I could have automatically thought the link was broken.
Right.
And that's very rare, but that split second that you do click on that, and then that website's not working.
That is such a positive way of going about it, Freddie.
It's very nice. It's very sweet.
Try to be a little nice on the No One's Safe podcast.
Even though they're not safe.
Give us some affirmations.
We're going to gently.
Positive affirmations for the day.
I love it.
No, it's great. I mean, and it
but I agree with you, Mitch. No,
it depends on the day, man.
I 100% agree with you. If it's a broken link, yeah.
It depends on if I had my coffee yet or not.
Right.
But I mean, I could imagine it gets tough, like trying to go through all those submissions.
It's cool though. It is cool because you get to see everybody's.
Are you going through all of them?
All of them. Yeah, I'll listen to everything.
Sheesh.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I mean,
good job for that.
I would imagine that you have a process. You're like, let me hear where the meat's at. Let's see that it's gonna make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Not
Get to the point.
If it doesn't
not
make
listen
sense,
to a lot of intros and outros.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make
sense.
sense.
Fast forward. I mean.
But like when Jimbo had us do a Music is for Lovers Selects compilation, and it was like the 4 A&Rs for the label, pretty much like me, Ramin, Susio, and I think Paloma or someone, and I'm so sorry if I'm getting this wrong to my friends, but Jimbo had us select songs so it's like we selected like kind of like a private selection comp. And I posted on my Instagram story. I was like, "Hey, taking demo submissions for Music is for Lovers," and it was like the responses were like overwhelming. It was great, And I actually felt kind of fucking bad because it was like homies, and I was like, "Hey, send it over," but they were like, "Nah, we're gonna pass on this one. I'm really fucking sorry."
It's not something to be
totally
upset about as a producer. Like, you're gonna get no's, you're gonna get rejections.
Not everybody's gonna like your stuff.
It may not be that the music wasn't good.
A lot of them too, and some of them I liked. Like there was a couple that we didn't end up going with that I still thought were fucking dope.
Right.
Yeah, it may not even be that it wasn't bad. Maybe it just wasn't the right sound for the label or where the label was gonna go.
And it's 100%. Like just because certain people don't.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And the people that are turning them down don't know.
Exactly.
So don't assume just because they're record labels and they're they're A&R guys that they decided your song, they don't want your song, that your song's not any good. Right. They have no idea. There's been plenty of evidence of massively successful music business people passing up on other people coming up that blew all the way up and they didn't even know them. So don't assume that because they don't like you that your stuff is garbage. Just keep pushing on.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
Definitely.
So you guys do an hour?
Yeah, man.
We're good.
We just keep talking until we get tired. And it's usually about an hour we start getting tired. Yeah. Do we have any other plugs we need to do?
You got anything else? Dude, I got okay.
Well, you got questions?
I got questions. Tell me about a time. No. Plugs. I'm going to play Hemingway's Housework at Office Bar on the 15th.
I was going to ask you what you're playing, what you got upcoming.
When is it?
15th of June.
June 15th.
Hemingway's Housework at Office Bar.
Yep.
For the San Diego friends.
Mm-hmm. Hemingway's the homie.
Ghetto Blaster, June 21st, Firehouse.
Nice.
And then I'll be back at Spin on the 22nd with J Flip.
Nice.
There you go.
Whose show is that?
Spin.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're...
Yeah, I already know.
Crazy, right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
No, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
But I am actually, besides Desert Hearts Festival, I'm playing my first festival out of state this year in July.
Okay.
Wait, you're playing Desert Hearts?
You're playing?
besides Desert, because I say this is okay.
Sorry, I was confused.
So I've been saying lately that this is my first festival that I've ever played this year.
Oh, but you played Desert Hearts.
Desert Hearts.
Okay,
so I fucked that up a lot.
Gotcha.
So now I'm saying this is my first out of state festival that I'm playing this July.
All right, where's it at?
What's it at? What's it called?
Reno. Going up to Reno.
Yep. Reno, biggest
camp.
Little city.
Base camp.
Base camp.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
base
You've
camp
heard of that,
festival.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I've been.
That'd
It's
be
like
real
2 days,
cool.
3 days.
Yeah, been in Reno.
Should be chill.
Yeah.
All
Very
right.
cool.
End of July. July 27th. July 27th.
Nice.
So that's it. We got shows.
Well, you heard it here. Go to those shows. If you're watching,
cool.
if you watch later, go to those shows. Support our boy Mitch. He's an
Instagram,
amazing
Mitch
person.
Dodge.
Yeah,
Great
check out,
producer.
plug in all your socials.
And the
Instagram,
homie.
Mitch Dodge. I mean, pretty much just check
Mitch
out my
Dodge,
Instagram.
yeah, it's at
Yeah.
Mitch Dodge.
At Mitch Dodge on Instagram.
Just
If
Google
you
Mitch
watched it.
Dodge.
Just Google
Exactly.
it, man.
That's what we did. We were doing that yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
To prepare for this.
Dude,
We
I'm
were
actually
there,
kind
we
of
were doing our
surprised how well
research
that
on you.
search is on Google of my fucking
Yeah,
name.
man. Google's a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on page 8, so I found some dark,
Damn, dude.
So we can talk about it.
dark
Like, no,
stuff
there's
that we
no,
can't mention here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Page
I'm happy
7
with
is like
I'm happy with
page
that.
8 is the dark
Has
web.
anybody ever gone to a
Page
Google
8.
search? Go to page 8.
Page
Don't
8.
go there.
It's a dark
Yeah.
web. It's a dark web.
There's weird shit. There's weird shit.
Please don't go to my page 8. I mean,
I don't think I've ever
Please don't go
even
to mine.
gone past the first page of.
Sometimes I will because there's so many ads on the front page though.
Oh yeah,
Not too
and
bad.
like
So I'll
if
just
you're
go to page 2.
if you're digging, you can
Immediately,
find some
you go
really
straight
good
to
stuff
page
on
2?
further
Yeah, sometimes.
pages.
oh,
like,
it's all the stuff that
like, the
paid to
first
be in the
review is
front.
fucking
You're
sponsored.
like gone.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's true. You know, it's funny because I go about that when I'm like, if I'm on Beatport looking for music,
Right.
and I'm like, let me see what's in the top 100. I start at 99.
And go
Oh,
up.
Where
shit.
that's where
Or
the
go
fire
up.
tracks
Or you
at.
start at 99 and then you're done.
No.
Kind of a good idea.
I start.
Whew, glad I looked at that.
No,
Now let me
'cause
find out where the real
That's
music
where I
is.
find the interesting stuff is at the bottom of those lists.
Yeah.
You
That's a good
know,
idea.
like
It
that's
is.
where I'm
Work your way
popping up
back up.
the weird.
Well,
quirky
and most
stuff.
people are gonna go from top down, and
Yeah.
then you're playing when everybody else is playing.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't really care because, like, it's still, you know, I feel like, and I've said this many times, is like, if I give somebody one of my, like, record box folders that I currently play, like my normal stuff that I play,
Yeah.
they're going to play it totally different the way than
That's
I play
very
it,
true.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, here, let's see.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and it's going to be.
And when
yeah.
they're done playing your music, they can't recreate your taste.
Yeah.
You
very
know,
true.
I feel like when I look for music, I start there, but by the time I'm done, I probably have about like currently I'm redoing my thing, and there's like I have about 1,500 songs.
I still
And I
got to be.
started
shit
at
ton
the
of
top
music.
100, but I just keep going deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
So literally by the time I'm done, I'll look at those, you know, so it's probably going to be like, I don't know, 2,000 songs
Right.
by the time it's time for me to check out, right?
That's a lot of music.
So then I'll go through that.
I'm still,
And by
yeah.
the time I go through all that and get rid of the stuff that isn't
Right.
good then, the top 100 songs are the ones I've actually clicked out of it.
Yeah. Have you ever
And-
bought shit a second time on accident? Yeah.
Definitely.
so much
I'm like,
music.
I
Yeah.
have not bought
I've
it, but
gotten it
I have tried to
promoed.
buy it.
Okay.
I've
And they're
gotten a promo,
They
and then I
added that
also
feature.
bought it
Yeah.
all in the
yeah,
same day.
yeah.
But I didn't
yeah.
know it was sitting in my promos because I didn't
Yeah.
go through the promos
okay.
yet.
Well, that's different.
Early on, they didn't have that
but
feature
that's
to tell
in your
you.
promos. You didn't
were
buy
buying.
it.
Right.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
it now.
They'll just
Yeah.
let your
They have
ass
it
do
now.
it.
Yeah, early on, they didn't
fucked
have
up.
that.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
They would just let you buy it
That's
twice.
fucked
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Without
I mean, it's
telling
kind of
you.
stupid on their part because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that, I would.
Or you know what?
It would, because I spend like one time I'll like go and clean out Beatport, and then like 3 months later I'll go clean out TrackSource.
You know,
So it's like
yeah.
sometimes, you know, it'll go, and so this 3 month cycle will kind of like, you know, it kind of starts blending. So they don't tell me I already got it.
what I
Yeah.
also hate is like, so dumb. I'll go and get on Beatport or TrackSource or whatever it is. Shout out to TrackSource. Guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to
big
TrackSource. Yeah,
TrackSource.
thanks for all the support, guys.
Yeah, thanks for the support.
support.
But I'll go through there and then I'll get a song and I'll purchase it and then it's already on my promos.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Are you guys big on TrackSource?
TrackSource was we kind
They
of
supported the last 2 releases.
yeah,
Fuck
they supported
yeah.
the last release.
Yeah,
That's
they've
tight.
been
I
charting
mean,
them and,
Yeah, the
and
real
putting
heads
them
are
in
on
there.
TrackSource anyway.
Well, it's
Yeah.
different. You know what I mean? They're all
The underground's on TrackSource.
there's all good music on both of them. You know, presently I feel like TrackSource is on fire right now.
It is
You
kind
know,
of, right?
TrackSource on
TrackSource
fire.
feels to me like the true house heads, I think.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
It's always
the
been like
underground
that
is.
to
Yeah,
me.
it's always
Beatport's
been.
been a little. They got all the same stuff. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But like Beatport always kind of had that more commercial.
Commercial.
Like you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
corporate edge.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas Track Source kind of always kept the feeling more underground.
Is Tracksource even US based?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they
are.
are.
They're
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
East
New
Boys
Coast.
York,
from
right?
Jersey,
Yeah, we just met one of the
right?
owners.
Yeah,
Is
Jersey and New York.
Beatport's not, right?
Beatport's
Beatport's
from
Colorado.
Denver.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I mean, that's like
Yeah.
big
Okay,
shout out to
never
Bad Boy
mind.
Bill. That's Bad Boy Bill.
Yeah, Bill Boy Bill
Oh,
and,
that's
was one of the
fucking right.
co-founders.
Yeah.
And I forgot the guy's name. I heard him talk on some podcasts.
Bad Boy
Is
Bill
Bad Boy
is the
Bill
guy
still
that
a
used
DJ
to
with
own.
Yeah.
I'm not-
he's a silent
he's just
owner.
a silent owner.
Yeah.
Beatport
But-
also started from the guys that owned the big mega clubs in Colorado, like
Yeah.
Beta,
Well, yeah, they started Beta after,
What was
yeah.
it? Manufactured Superstars.
Manufactured
Yeah.
Superstars.
Wow.
I forgot their names. I know who they are.
Damn, we should
Sorry,
start, We should
guys.
start our own Beatport, dude.
And
Yeah,
my old
man.
roommate works at Beatport, Halo.
Okay.
Brian Halo. He's
Oh,
like-
really?
Oh, whoa.
yeah, he's like
Okay.
one of the main artists.
Interesting.
That's cool.
At Beatport now. Nice.
All right.
Yeah. But then I was telling Freddie the other day is like the cool thing with Track Source is the main owner. What's his name from Jersey? What's his name again?
Brian, one of the co-founders.
Brian-
Me and
Brian-
Lavelle met him first, actually.
So,
yeah,
Brian-
at Miami Music Week.
Brian
Yeah.
Tapper or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, Brian
So
Tapper.
I used to
Yeah.
buy his music. He was an amazing producer.
Yeah.
Like he had such fun like vocal house
Really?
Right.
stuff that I
Huh.
really liked. Like
Yeah. In that
he-
New
on
York
s-
style.
Yeah, that totally
Yeah.
New York style.
That's
like,
crazy, dude.
Yeah. It was- I
Small
love
world,
it.
man.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's cool.
Just note to self, you know.
Yeah, so
Say hi to
thanks,
the next
Chris.
guy
Chris
standing
at-
next to you when you're in
Right.
Miami
never
Music
know.
Week. You
Yeah,
never
don't
know.
be- Yeah, don't.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then he
toes.
put us in touch with Chris. So thank you, Chris, for all the support
Yep, thanks,
over
Chris.
at Track Source. We
cool,
definitely
man.
appreciate it.
That's
Thank you,
fucking
Mitch,
awesome.
once again.
Dude,
Music
thanks for
is
having
for
me,
Lovers.
guys. Yeah,
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
it, man.
It's
Thank
been
you
a
for the
pleasure.
support on all the blogs
Of
and
course,
the
have me
premieres.
home.
and-
Honestly, I really do enjoy like helping others. Like I've always enjoyed like bridging networks, helping others, fucking doing whatever I can.
You were
And
being weird
especially-
there for a while though.
Dude,
I'm just
whatever.
kidding.
Man. I gotta look out for myself too, right? Dude?
Always.
But
And San Diego, man. San Diego has some of the coolest people
it does.
that like are doing really well in dance
and
music.
as I have more outlets to do shit with, I definitely will try to, with Music is for Lovers.
Of
Cool.
course.
I don't know what you've done for everybody else, but for me personally and for this label, you've always
Thanks,
been
man.
right there,
Yeah.
solid friend, and always giving support, and
Yeah.
we do appreciate that.
I've always had
I'm
fun
glad you
partying
can
with
have
you
it.
too.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
a good ass time. We had a
Yep.
killer ass time in Vegas. last
Yes,
time
we
were
did.
together. It was sick as fuck.
You can find that on page 8.
Is he the one that gave you that
Page
drink?
8.
Oh, different time actually.
That would make
Different
sense.
time.
It's all making sense.
We did go.
All coming around.
We did go to the sickest tiki bar though that had
Yeah.
sours on tap, like
Oh
sour
yeah,
beers.
yeah.
And
We were
nowhere
playing, we
has-
played for like hours.
Yeah, we
There.
played for fucking like 4 hours, dude. I was wasted.
We're going back to back.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was
Just
fun.
at some bar.
Till like 5
Yeah,
a.m.
it's like it
sour
was like
beers.
a
drinking sour beers.
yeah, it was like some after party,
Golden
right?
Tiki
Yeah.
Lounge, Golden
Yeah.
Tiki Bar.
Golden.
I heard about that. Lavelle
Yeah.
told me that he played with you. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
Yeah, it
fun.
was
Wait,
fun.
why do I know that?
We should
Who
set
owns
something
that?
up where we
It's
all get together and play.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
That'd be
Should've started a
fun.
Party. Fuck it.
But yeah, I definitely want to thank you again for the Music is for Love.
Dude, you're very
support.
welcome.
Super
Yeah, man.
huge.
No worries,
Thanks
man.
for making the time to come out and chat with us
Dude,
on
thanks
our
for having
first.
Guest?
Your first guest
Fun.
Yeah.
at Let's
Yeah,
Talk.
Let's talk. It's our first
Let's
one
Talk.
where we had a
So
guest
we have
and
our little podcast or
We've been doing.
live stream that we do when we talk
It's
about our own
great.
music.
It looks great.
But
And
now
me
it's
too.
good to talk about someone else besides ourselves.
Dude, I appreciate it.
So I'm glad you can
Have
make
more
it.
guests on.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
will.
are. We plan to.
Yep.
We plan to.
Get Jimbo in here. He'd
For
probably
sure.
talk about some cool shit.
It's a great
I'd love
idea.
to. That's a great
Jimbo,
idea.
we're coming for you next.
Yeah.
Jimbo. All right. Thanks,
right.
everyone.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Peace.
We're out.